How many hours of disability access education do California architects need? California architects face specific continuing education requirements related to disability access, a critical component of professional licensure in the state. Understanding these requirements is essential for maintaining compliance with the California Architects Board, CAB, and ensuring that architects can design spaces that serve all members of the community. Current state requirements. California architects must complete 5 hours of disability access training during each 2-year renewal period. This requirement is mandated by the California Architects Board under Business and Professions Code Section 5600.05. The disability access education must cover topics related to designing for accessibility under both California and federal law, including California Building Code Chapter 11B. Accessibility standards. Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, requirements, Title 24 Accessibility Regulations, Universal Design Principles, barrier removal and reasonable accommodation, total continuing education context. The 5-hour disability access requirement is part of a larger continuing education framework. California architects must complete a total of 10 continuing education units, CEUs, per renewal cycle, which includes 5 hours of disability access education, mandatory, 5 hours of zero net carbon design, ZNCD, continuing education. The ZNCD hours can address topics such as energy efficiency, sustainable building practices, carbon reduction strategies, renewable energy integration, and other climate-responsive design subjects. Who must comply? All licensed architects in California must meet these requirements, with limited exceptions. Newly licensed architects are exempt during their first renewal period following initial licensure. Inactive license holders are not required to complete continuing education, but cannot practice architecture in California. Retired architects who notify the Board of Retirement status are exempt. Notable approved providers. Several organizations consistently offer high-quality disability access education for California architects. Ron Blank specializes in disability access compliance education with courses specifically designed for California architects covering Title 24, CBC Chapter 11B, and AD requirements. Hanley Wood offers comprehensive online continuing education courses including disability access and accessibility design topics. Green CE provides a variety of online continuing education courses covering accessibility standards, sustainable design, and building code compliance. AIA San Diego offers local and online continuing education programs including disability access training for California architects. AIA California Council provides statewide continuing education opportunities and resources. Why these requirements matter. California's disability access education requirement reflects the state's leadership in accessibility standards. With approximately 1 in 4 adults in the United States living with a disability, architects play a crucial role in creating inclusive environments. The mandatory training ensures that California architects stay current with evolving accessibility codes and standards, understand legal obligations under state and federal law, develop practical skills for implementing accessible design, recognize the importance of universal design principles, documentation, and compliance. Architects must maintain records of their continuing education completion for at least 2 years from the date of license renewal. Documentation should include course completion certificates, provider name and course title, number of hours earned, date of completion. The CAB conducts random audits of licensees, and architects selected for audit must provide proof of completion within 15 calendar days. Failure to respond may result in a citation, which may include a monetary penalty or disciplinary action, including license suspension. Best practices for meeting requirements. To ensure compliance with California's disability access education requirements, architects should 1. Track hours carefully throughout the renewal period rather than waiting until the deadline. 2. Choose quality providers with strong reputations and CAB approval such as Ron Blank, Hanley Wood, Green CE, or AIA chapters. 3. Document immediately by filing certificates and records as soon as courses are completed. 4. Exceed minimums when possible to account for any potential audit issues. 5. Stay informed about changes to accessibility codes and CAB requirements. Conclusion: California architects must complete 5 hours of disability access education every 2 years as part of their 10-hour continuing education requirement. This mandatory training ensures that professionals remain knowledgeable about accessibility standards and can design spaces that accommodate all users. By understanding and fulfilling these requirements through reputable providers like Ron Blank, Hanley Wood, Green CE, and AIA San Diego, architects maintain their licenses while contributing to more inclusive built environments throughout California.